Roger Avary and Tarantino said, make
sure to pace yourself a little. Making a movie is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
I did exactly what they told me not to do.
October 31st, 1996. Vichy, France.
Apparently, a meteorite hit the hospital I was in. A shooting star. It was like a missile, as he described it. It hit the hospital.
American Baron is delivered at approximately 3 a.m.
And the doctor had to slap me on the butt to make sure I made a noise, to make sure I was alive and well. They would not allow my dad to name me Baron, B-A-R-O-N, because it's a term of nobility in France. And my dad was trying to convince them. He can be named Baron because in America, he's a baron. He is an American baron. So he had to bribe them with cheese, a big roll of cheese. And then they just allowed it. He's like, all right, he's an American baron, and B-A-R-O-N.
This is our friend Baron, and he just made his first feature film in under 90 days.
If I'm being honest, I think it exhausted me so much that that's what makes this last 10% so hard. To be in an audience full of people, to watch them laugh their guts out, and then bawl their eyes out in the span of like 90 minutes. It's a crazy feeling. Electrifying.
Thank you to everyone who worked on this. Thank you to creators for really taking a shot on this.
I usually wake up at around 5:30, and because Keone, you came at 7 a.m., you couldn't exactly come right in the morning. I'm gonna recreate my morning routine. The night before, at around 9 p.m., I set a fresh pad here and a pen there. I make sure the chair is ready to sit in, like that. Then usually I'll put my glasses here. And then I'll turn off this light. I have my nose strip on so I can breathe. All right, so I'm in bed. It's around 9:30 p.m. And then it's lights out. I turn it off and I right away, I jump. I just go straight into it, like that. Glasses on. No, it's just me, and no one's texting me, no one's calling me, the emails aren't here yet, so I'm not thinking of anybody. I wouldn't call it a pleasure, but it's interesting. Every morning, it really does give you the motivation to wake up and enter this world and sink into it. And short form can't do that. You can't sink into anything with short form. You can't sink into a world or characters on sprints. That requires just dedication and practice and practice and practice. It's a marathon. You really just, you stare at it until something happens. And usually I like to use these essential oils to diffuse this thing. It just dries off the stone thing. And then, okay, so what's next? After this, I usually just get dressed.
Grow a tree?
Yeah, I grow a little digital tree here. If I sit there for like 20 minutes. This is my forest this year. But I usually, set a timer for like 20 minutes, and then. In a weird way, it's kind of like going back to sleep. It resets your brain, goes to this weird fundamental state of just, this is my body, this is being a human being. No conceptions, no nothing. I'm not worried about how I'm coming off, or I'm not worried about whether I'm doing the right thing. There's this fundamental just life when I go down there, and I don't really think about writing. I don't really think about my life or anything. I just try and sit there.
No.
We're about to go to Cisco's, and I go there maybe 3 days a week.
Yeah.
For breakfast. It's the same waitress. She knows my order at this point. She doesn't even ask. She brings a coffee and potato, egg, and cheese. We haven't said a word to each other, other than, hey, thank you. More coffee? Thank you. We don't know each other's names, nothing. I like diners because, in a way, there are no expectations. They're not really playing that how are you game. They're not chumming you up for a tip. If you're out of coffee, they'll fill it up. They're not doing it for a tip, though. It's just because you're out of coffee. I think diners are one of those places you can really be yourself.
Hold me close, sway me more.
I've had a strange urge to get graham crackers. Like, go on.
Honestly, my childhood's not that interesting because I was homeschooled. I didn't have any friends really, and then I joined Boy Scouts at around that age. But childhood, it was a lot of construction sites. I would make my own toys. I was really good at U.S. history. I couldn't talk to people. I would try to impress girls with magic tricks. And they were impressed, it worked. My dad introduced us to adult movie, like a sort of more complicated, mature movies early. So I really attribute my taste to my dad, and my parents really curating books and movies and music. The movie for me was Barton Fink. I remember watching that, and it just imprinted such a big mark in me that I really wanted to make movies like that. I remember watching that, and I wanted to be a filmmaker because I felt like it added to my life.
Wait, you showed me one.
Tell me about the inspiration behind Two Sleepy People.
So that idea emerged about a year ago in Northern California. My personal life was in shambles at that point. The relationship was in an awful place. And 4 months prior, I'm walking along, Metro Butler Park here in Austin, and this guy comes up to me, and his name's Ethan. He says, "Oh, I love your videos. I make videos too." And he had a camera with him. And he said, "Could I take a picture of you?" And he took a picture of me. And I looked at his stuff, and his stuff was amazing. I loved his material. And so I followed him back, and I remember talking to him one day about how I had no creative friends. I had no people to struggle with. And he told me about Creator Camp. He said, "You should come to this art retreat," as he described it. And it was there that I realized how good this life was. And I think I wanted to stay in this dream forever. I wanted to stay there. And that's when the idea emerged. And it was supposed to be this thing where these people couldn't live their real life. They couldn't make this real life, so they had to make it a TV show. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to live some version of this in Northern California forever. And I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to wake up. So I took away the whole sitcom idea. I took away the mockumentary. I just narrowed it down to like 4 locations so that we could film it easier.
What was your biggest takeaway from this whole experience, would you say?
Honestly, that no matter how hard it is, it's so much better to make movies than not. That's the big takeaway. Like, something about making movies and making videos, it's just way too good. creating. There's so much meaning in it because you're making something that didn't exist before. It's so easy to kill something, to destroy something. It takes hours to build something. I think that's the big takeaway, is that we are flooded with hundreds and thousands of movies, way more than we could ever consume in one lifetime. And somehow it's still better to make movies than not.